Hi, everybody. Welcome to Did That Age Well? I'm your host, Molly Smith. And before we get into today's episode, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of Dude IDK Studios and the Did That Age Well podcast, Spider Moving and Storage. You guys rock. Thank you so much for supporting the studio and this show. Spider is the best of the best when it comes to moving. If you have a local move, cross country, residential, or commercial, they've got you covered. They can do full service, top to bottom, or if you just have a couple of big, heavy things that you don't want to move yourself, they're the ones to call. So go ahead and visit spidermoving.com for a free quote and follow Spider Moving and Storage on Instagram. I think I got those right. I might have mixed them up, but the link will be in the show notes. So listen to the show notes and not to me. Second of all, I want to give a huge shout out to our friends at A New Collective. Today, I'm outfitted by A New Collective, the plus size secondhand retailer of your dreams. If you wear size large and up, I highly recommend going to at Shop A New Collective on Instagram for twice weekly drops. And if you don't want to go shopping yourself, don't want to go just, what am I trying to say? Tearing through the clothes at the thrift store yourself. If you don't want to source your own vintage stuff, look, we all love a little pass through the thrift store, but especially if you are a plus size gal, it's not easy to always find what you're looking for. So if you want a personal shopping experience, definitely recommend signing up for the A New Edit, where you send in your measurements, your style preferences, the kinds of colors and things that you like, and Becca from A New Collective will do all the shopping for you and even send it to you. So go ahead and find all the details at Shop A New Collective on Instagram, and thank you so much for the clothes. Love you, Becca. Thank you. Okay, now, I just could not be more excited to welcome my sweetheart friend, my movie pal, Ash. Welcome to the pod.
Woo, thank you.
Whee!
Happy to be here. So excited.
So excited to have you. Finally, long overdue, frankly.
Finally. Yeah.
And that's on me.
Well,
this is a public apology.
Yeah, apology video. Hey guys.
Hey guys.
It's come to my attention.
It has come to my attention that I need to apologize.
Yeah.
And I'm here to own it. I'm here to be accountable. Ash should have been on the podcast, frankly, years ago.
Yeah.
Ever since the first time we met, I knew Ash would be a perfect podcast guest, and I just kept on holding out, and that's on me.
Met in the concession line of a movie we were going to go see, Longlegs.
That was our first time meeting? Mm-hmm. You remember the first time we met?
Duh.
Oh, you really are a big old sap.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
My Venus is in Pisces, so.
Oh my God. And what did you think of Longlegs? I can't remember what you had thought. I'm sure that it was one of our very first conversations.
It was.
Let's have it again.
Okay. I honestly, I had a grand old time watching that movie.
Yeah.
I felt unsettled. And that's all I want.
Yeah.
To feel, not always, but in a horror movie.
In a horror movie, in a contained time and space.
Ending funky.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't love.
Yeah.
But also do love Nick Cage.
Me
that
too.
Role, I feel like his whole life was leading up to him playing this like glam rock serial killer demon.
I agree.
Man.
With like a filler like you just can't believe.
Oh, but the thing is, I can't believe it because I've seen that face.
Yeah, that's so true.
You know what I mean? It's out there.
True. We see it all the
They
time.
walk among us.
And they are among us. Mm-hmm. I too liked Longlegs, but I think it would have been better if, okay, spoiler alert, this movie came out years ago. Maybe 2 years ago.
That is plural, so.
Yeah,
years.
that's 2 years. Oh my gosh. At work, we were having this debate about whether we could say dozens when talking about exactly 25.
Oh.
That's tough. We came to the conclusion that it was probably misleading. We said there are dozens of blah, blah, blah.
I think 3 or more dozen when you say dozens.
Yeah. If I'm saying dozens, I'm thinking, okay, so it's less than 100. But it's more, but saying
it's frankly
tens,
more than 25.
Yeah. Frankly, it's more than 25. So
frankly.
It's been years, but only 2 since Longlegs came out. And I'll say a spoiler alert, if you really haven't seen it yet and you thought you weren't going to have it spoiled today, You're going to.
Yeah.
I wish that the whole thing would have been not supernatural. Like, it would have been so much scarier if it was just like a crazy cult.
Hard agree. And I do remember that was your take. She's consistent.
Oh my God, Ash. That rocks my world. And you waited until we were on the mic to tell me that you remember the first time we met because you knew.
Yeah.
Oh.
I wanted to save it for the people. I'm a showman.
It's not for us.
No.
It's for them. Ash, did you ever want to be a surfer when you grew up?
Girl.
Obviously.
I went to queer surf camp this summer.
Yeah. And that is something I know about you.
I can barely pop up on the board,
yeah.
but I do know the lingo. Pop up.
Pop up.
Stand up.
And popping up on the surfboard for you dummies is when you...
when you pop up on the surfboard and you kind of... I can barely do it, but I love it.
Yeah.
And I've surfed now like 3 times, and I do consider it part of who I am.
And you are kind of a part of the Mahalo lifestyle.
Yeah, I'm like kind of just like a surfer guy. But yeah, no, I always wanted to surf, and I do still want to surf.
And you will continue to surf. Are you going to go to surf camp again?
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah, it was the best time of my life.
Yeah.
Adult summer camp, only queer people.
Yeah.
All
Surfers.
you do all day is is eat, surf, skateboard.
Oh my God.
Come on.
Come on.
You camp on the beach.
That is so cool.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
So yes, I will be going again.
Yeah.
It's the best thing I've ever done.
Incredible.
Up there on the list.
That's
I say that a
huge.
lot. I say like, that was the best thing ever.
Yeah, but you really mean it. And I actually do know that you mean it.
Yeah. I'm an enthusiastic person, but also anything I say about queer surf camp is not an exaggeration. Ever.
Yes. Okay, so you have a deep connection to surfing culture, to riding the waves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether those waves are physical waves or, as Mr. Tsunami says, the waves could be any challenge in your life.
Ain't that the truth?
Oh my God, ain't that the truth? I said, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
I also wanted to be a surfer. Have never surfed in my life.
Yeah.
And at this point, I'm kind of like, it's fine. Like, I'm sure that if I decided, yeah, I'm going to try it, that I'd have fun. But I don't really care as much as maybe I did when I was a child. But I always thought that my surfer girl origin story was Blue Crush.
Oh.
And I think it actually might have been Johnny Tsunami.
Yeah.
I think I really, Blue Crush obviously is like the girl surfer movie. Sure. Johnny Tsunami is it's for everybody, but it's really kind of more of like the boy surfer movie. But I really do think that this planted a seed for me.
Yeah.
I would like spray this like saltwater spray in my hair because I was like, well, I'm a surfer girl. Yeah. I'd stick straight hair and I'd go squish,
just
squish,
like crunch.
crunch. And also was never a snowboarder, always a skier.
Oh,
I'm a sky. I'm a sky.
I'm not urchin.
Yeah, you're a fucking urchin.
Proud.
A proud urchin. I think that like, unfortunately, if I was in the film Johnny Tsunami, like I would want to be a cool urchin. And I do think that I would be like Emily, Xenon Girl of the 21st Century, in my little like matching suit with everybody,
yellow matching
being like
jacket.
We're skiers.
Yeah. And I think it's important to know yourself.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I don't want to suggest that like I'm classist.
Well, you did just say you're a sky.
I did just say I'm a sky.
But Emily is the one that's kind of bridging the communities.
She does try her best. She humbles herself. She says, look, snowboarding, how hard could it be? And she takes a few falls and she says, okay.
She takes a big fall. We'll get to it. Maybe.
Oh, we'll get to it. It reminded me of a time, nobody cares about this, but one time I did, thank you so much. One time I did meet death at Taos. I had my moment just like Emily, where I fell and I was kind of, it's called self-arrest, when you have to like kind of heave yourself up the mountain a little bit and like stick your elbows in so that you don't like, you know, fall.
Whoa.
I saw her in that moment, and when she's sitting there and like for a moment is just like not really doing anything but just sitting and being like, fuck.
Yeah. Well,
I felt that deeply.
Yeah, she's hanging off the side of a mountain.
She is.
Which also, like, they are snowboarding in the scene, like, on a road, basically.
True.
Like, it is not a normal, like, mountain.
No.
At all. Like, it's really, like, oh, if you turn here, you're going to go off the side of the mountain. And she's like, off the side of the mountain. But I'm glad that you could empathize with her.
I could, yeah.
I was surprised by how little I empathized with her this
You said you got yourself into this.
Yeah. I mean, I remember as a kid being like, Emily, kind of. You know?
Yeah.
And watching it back now, I was like,
yeah,
I don't like you. But I'm glad she didn't fall off the mountain like fully.
I mean, we don't want a child to die.
No.
But if she had fallen off the mountain, it would not have been Johnny's fault.
Oh.
And everyone seems to think everything's Johnny's fault.
Yeah.
Oh my
Truly.
God.
That's really the moral of the story is everyone wants to blame Johnny.
And they
Johnny's
really do.
just living his life.
He's doing everything right. He is without fault in my opinion.
I don't think he makes I don't think he actually I don't think he makes the wrong decision. I stand by him running away to Hawaii.
Yeah, me too. Sneaking onto a military plane.
Yeah.
Love that.
I mean, cool.
So cool.
Wish we had seen more of that.
Oh, the fact that they kept that off screen.
Budget issues, perhaps.
Yeah, they did not have a private jet that they could commission. But, I mean,
surely they did, though.
Surely they could have borrowed one from the U.S. military.
Yeah, I feel like Disney and the U.S. military must have some kind of...
They're in cahoots. They could have made a call.
They didn't, though.
They didn't make that call, unfortunately. So we only got to hear about it and not see it.
Boo.
Oh, would have loved to have seen him, like, rolling up into a suitcase.
Oh, of course. Incredible.
Oh, would have been great. But your history with this movie, should we discuss
Let's backtrack.
Yeah, let's talk about your history with this movie and why you wanted to discuss it today.
So, Johnny Tsunami is one of several Disney Channel original movies that shaped me as a young child.
Yeah.
I think specifically, like this one, honestly, lower on the list of ones that really rocked my world.
Can I guess which ones rocked you? Motocross.
The
Brink.
The
Lizzie McGuire movie?
Well, no.
Oh, okay.
The 13th Year. It's a sleeper hit.
Yeah, but that one is good.
That one's my number one.
Wow.
I used to act it
you're
out.
Not like other guys, I guess.
Yeah, and I knew that from a young age. 4 years old. Yeah, I mean, I could talk about the 13th Year for 1,000 years.
Yeah, totally.
But all of those movies, exactly, Motocross, Brink,
Mm-hmm.
the 13th Year, where this little boy who is turning 13 figures out that puberty gives him merman powers.
That's so true.
And I was like, that's going to happen to me, man.
And it almost did.
I mean, I think being on testosterone is a lot like turning into a merman.
And everyone's saying it.
Your body's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
I can swim well.
And I can pop up on my surfboard. Little known vernacular pop up on my surfboard.
But yeah, Johnny Tsunami was among those, though, that like planted this seed in my head that was like, oh, what it would be like to be a boy.
Totally.
And that would be sick as hell.
Oh my God. And to be Johnny Tsunami, kind of the coolest boy there is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I was talking to my mom about Johnny Tsunami.
That's so sweet.
And she was like, you didn't even like it as much as Brink.
What?
Which is true.
Yeah.
But I was like, dang, Mom, you remember?
Wow.
Which is true. I do think Johnny Tsunami maybe it's up there. So anyway, when I saw it on the list, I was like,
yeah.
I, 1, desperately need to rewatch this movie.
Oh, absolutely.
And 2, need to remember everything that's been asleep in my mind about this movie, which was a lot. I had a lot of moments where I was like, oh my God, right.
Yeah.
So I do think, though, that more than those others, I do think that Johnny Tsunami maybe planted the seed in my mind of like no war but class war.
So true.
Intersectional politics are what make the world go round.
Absolutely.
And this was in 1999 on the Disney Channel. So that's incredible.
Yes.
So yeah, I think I wanted to talk about it because it's just, wow. Depth. It's unexpected depth.
It's deeper than the ocean, babe. It's honestly like I went into this movie thinking I'm going to have a blast, which of course I did.
Yeah.
But I did not go into this thinking I'm going to see a child decolonize Vermont skiing and snowboarding.
Yeah.
This is the revolution that snow sports needed.
Yeah.
Hit the mic. In Vermont.
Yes.
This was a tale of, as the elder Johnny Tsunami says, respect for nature.
By the way. Hot grandpa.
Hot grandpa.
Yeah. Didn't remember that.
No, certainly did not remember that. And listener, if you're thinking to yourself, a hot grandpa.
Yeah.
Go ahead and just Google Johnny Tsunami grandpa.
Shredded.
He is so shredded. And he's got this gorgeous long hair.
Oh, and a charisma.
Oh my God.
Unmatched.
Charisma that you would not believe.
Yeah.
And okay, we have to talk about it. What happened between Johnny Tsunami Jr.'s dad and Johnny Tsunami Sr.? What did he do? I kept on saying to myself, okay, well, he must have hit him because that man hates his father so much. We're talking about Johnny's dad hating Johnny's grandpa. He is always talking about, I don't want you to end up like your grandpa. You're so much like your grandpa because he's just kind of allegedly a surf bum. But I'm like, if this was not on the Disney Channel, would we see him like neglecting his child? Like growing up, was it drugs? Was it women? What was it?
And the wild thing about it is that we do get this one moment later on in the movie in Vermont where the grandfather and the dad are talking.
Yeah.
And they're like out on the porch. It's like this moment where they're like, we got to come together to be proud of Johnny. And they kind of like hint at what the rift was. And it seems that it was like Johnny's dad, so like son of grandfather, was just like not as good at surfing or into surfing as his dad, whereas like Johnny's really good at it. And so I think that he just was like, my dad wants me to be a surfer and I want to code.
Yeah.
Because I think he like does computer stuff.
Yeah, he does computer stuff. He says to Johnny something about like surfing, and I mean surfing the web, not surfing the waves or something like that. He's really, I think, never heard the words "I'm proud of you."
Yeah.
And that's really, I think, if men could just tell their sons that they're proud of them, we'd solve everything.
Literally just like once. Which he does. He says, I probably never told you this, but I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
And I want you to, when the time comes, be proud of Johnny.
Yeah.
Which was like, the time comes. You have a son who's like cool. You should be proud of him.
He's so kind.
Full stop.
Yeah. He's a kind, smart, charming child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have a hard time believing that the grandpa, who is amazing, wasn't like a cool, chill dad.
Absolutely. He's wise. He's, as we've said, and we'll say again, hot. What's not to like?
Who doesn't want their dad to be hot?
I mean, truly, the daddy issues at the root of this are so inexplicable that makes Johnny's dad want to move to Vermont.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just a bonus that he's away from his grandpa.
Which is wild.
Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the rift was just like, my loser son who doesn't like to surf.
Right.
But like, that just feels so out of character. But I also do know that like a lot can happen in a life. I do know this.
Life is long.
So like maybe when he was like, young dad, he was like, what a dud of a son I've got. And that blows.
That's tough.
Yeah.
He might have said, my kid's a loser. Can't even surf.
Which like,
And maybe he was.
Yeah. Big fear of having a kid is being like, what if they suck?
Yeah. What if they're just annoying?
What if they're a nerd?
Yeah.
It's basically, I think, like the only conflict they could have had.
Yeah.
Which is wild. I do remember the first time that like we see the dad and he's kind of like, oh, Johnny, like, why are you surfing? Like, why?
Right.
I do remember like I had this like visceral body reaction of watching this as a kid and being like, I'm so glad I don't have a dad. Dads seem to suck. Being like, yeah, hell yeah, I don't have a dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. This movie, I think, really taught me as a young child, which once again, I can't repeat enough, 4 years old. Being like, I love not having a dad.
Yeah.
It's sick. Which like now I do have a dad, stepdad. Shout out Randy.
Shout out.
We love him.
Friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod. But like as a child did not have a dad and was like, good riddance.
Yeah, seriously.
If that's dad's, I want no part of it.
Yeah. I'd love a grandpa.
True.
Hate to have a dad.
Do love a grandpa.
Yeah.
Also, big foundational part of my life was being like, everybody's trying to get me to not hang out with my grandpa as much. Is also how I felt as a kid.
Wow. My gosh.
I'm Johnny.
You're Johnny. We always knew. Yeah, it just, one thing that really frustrates me about Johnny's dad is that when he sits him down to tell him that they're moving from Hawaii to Vermont, where he's not going to be able to surf, where he's going to be thousands of miles away from his beloved grandpa, he delivers this bad news like it's good news. And that just chaps my ass. I hate when people do this in the corporate world all the time, where they deliver horrible news and pretend like it's good news, or they deliver it in a cheery way. And it's so much more insulting than if they just said, okay, I have some news that might make you upset.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, it's going to be awesome. We're moving to Vermont.
Woo!
Woohoo!
Aren't you so excited about Vermont?
When you know that it's going to be a bummer for the kid. Like, just...
Yeah. It's wild. And also, in the whole moments, like, leading up to him disclosing that they're moving to Vermont to Johnny, Johnny's like, oh, yeah, you're going to Vermont for, like, a work trip?
Yeah.
Oh, like, you're just gonna, like, look at schools for, like, a little while? Like, he's, like, doing everything to be like, we're not gonna, like, move to Vermont.
Right.
And the dad's just like, no, we're moving, and it's gonna be awesome for you. A kid who loves only the ocean.
Yeah. An ocean baby.
Don't you want to go to prep school in Vermont?
Yeah. Don't you want to be a sky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot going on with, like, actually interesting stuff, too, though.
Yeah.
With, like, dad being, like, very model minority minded.
Yes,
like,
absolutely.
I want a good job. I want to fit in with these, like, upper middle class to, like, even more.
No, I'd say they're upper class.
Solid upper class.
Yeah.
I have no scope of this.
Yeah.
Upper class, rich white people.
Totally.
And that, I think, is an interesting thing for some writer in the writer's room at Disney to be like, this is what we're going to unpack here.
Totally.
Which I think is cool.
I think that is cool. I think that it, one of the things that, like, the crux of the alleged conflict between Johnny's dad and grandpa is that he says, I really want to provide for my family in a way that my dad didn't. So we it's alluded to that, like, he didn't grow up with much, that he wants things to be different for his son. But then we're also seeing, like, obviously Johnny's grandpa, retired, loving life, nice house.
Yeah.
You know, but it is, again, the Disney Channel.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not reading too much into, like, the class breakdown beyond what they're putting in front of us.
Sure.
With the, you know, skies versus urchins.
Yeah. I also know nothing really about, like, how much money a pro surfer would make.
Yeah.
But, like, Johnny Tsunami grandpa was, like, the best surfer in Hawaii, but also maybe ever. Like, it seems like he's a really, like, world-class athlete.
Yes.
And, like, I imagine he probably makes some money.
He probably made some money.
Yeah. And so, I don't know.
Huge shout out to sponsor of Dude IDK, Spider Moving and Storage. I recently used them to move into my new place and couldn't be happier with how efficient they were. They were so kind. They made it look so easy, and it was just top-notch experience. So definitely recommend that you check them out if you've got a move coming up, residential, commercial, local, cross-country, anything in between. You can get a free quote at spidermoving.com, and you can give them a follow on social media at Spider Moving and Storage.
But you're right that like the material things on screen, it's not really about that. It's more about what they're telling us, not showing us.
That's exactly right. And that's what we have to do with the Disney Channel is, of course, pay attention to what they tell us.
Yes.
Not what they show us.
No.
But what they say explicitly to us.
Yes.
That's how it works. Okay. We've got to talk about the racism, right?
Of course. Of course, we must.
Okay, so Johnny Tsunami shows up to this this prep school in Vermont.
Yeah.
It's an all-white school. He shows up on the first day without his school uniform, so he's sticking out like a sore thumb.
Which, like, his dad works for the school. They gave that kid a uniform. But he shows up in, like, his aloha.
Kind of aloha attire. And he's, just truly, like... He's so naive in this like beautiful way where he comes in and he's like, oh yeah, it's a bummer that like I'm not in Hawaii, but like kids are kids, right? He thinks everyone's gonna think it's cool that he surfs. He thinks it's gonna be like everyone's just gonna treat him normally because he's used to living in this like multicultural, multi-ethnic community. And then he puts on a pair of skis because as part of what I'll call a hazing ritual.
A hazing ritual.
And learns that skiing is for rich white people. Snowboarding is for what they call the urchins.
Cool people.
And he makes a best friend, truly one of the sweetest representations of boyhood and friendship I think I've ever seen on the Disney Channel.
Yes.
And maybe ever.
Yeah.
Sam teaches Johnny how to ski. No, he teaches him how to snowboard.
Famously.
Excuse me. He teaches him not to ski.
Yeah.
He says, look, we're on the city bus. I've got a snowboard. I'm going to teach you how to snowboard because I'm a good person.
Yeah.
He just befriends him because he knows what it's like to be a new kid.
Because he's a military kid.
Great dad. Great, healthy relationship with his dad. Super cool dad.
Yep.
Again, may sway one to think, okay, maybe not all dads are bad, but if they're like Johnny's dad, then who wants one?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like the other thing okay. I know I want to circle back to the racism, but it is so interesting that this was an era. I know that we have like the suspension of disbelief in Disney Channel movies, but in 1999, it wouldn't be that crazy that just like a middle-class kid could go skiing or snowboarding after school.
Totally.
That he could rent some gear and just take a lesson from a friend.
Yeah. And
go out there. Like the way in which skiing and snowboarding, like all snow sports, are so inaccessible for everybody.
Yeah.
Is crazy. Like it was it felt like I was living in a fantasy land watching this, not just in the regular Disney Channel way, but in the sense that like, oh, maybe there was a time where people could actually just go snowboarding, where snowboarding was like what working class kids did.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a number of things here that I think I think about watching this movie. The first is that like as a kid watching it, well, I guess rewatching it on Disney Channel, like reruns, whatever. I had just moved from California to Colorado.
Aww.
And so I felt, again, I'm Johnny, which is deeply funny because I'm not from like the coast. I'm from Bakersfield, California. Like,
but you said I'm a California kid at
literally.
Heart. Yeah.
And I played it up.
Of course.
Puka shell necklace, etc. And then I moved here and I was like, oh, these rich kids in their skis. And my elementary school did like a trip every year where we would go to like Winter Park and they would give us a ski or snowboard lesson. And I think it was so ingrained in my mind from watching this that like the cool kids snowboard and the rich snobby jerks ski. And so I was like, I'm gonna snowboard. And so I learned to snowboard as a kid at my school trip because I was like, I'm gonna be like Johnny and Sam,
obviously.
So I do think that it did a lot to ingrain in me this idea that like I don't want to be like preppy weird kids. I want to be cool,
obviously.
And also that coolness means inherently class and race solidarity,
obviously. And you know,
and I knew that at 6.
You know what's cooler than being cool? Class and race solidarity.
And you'll wear sicker clothes.
Obviously. And you'll have more fun.
You'll have more fun.
Yeah.
You'll get yourself into some crazy hijinks.
Absolutely.
And it's all going to be better.
Yeah.
Than if you're this straight-laced, which I know earlier you did say you would probably have been a Sky.
Well, yeah.
But
I hate that about myself. That's the thing.
Sure.
That's the thing is I don't like that about myself.
Okay.
But I like being on 2 planks, not 1.
Sure. Beyond the in my head being like surfing, skateboarding, snowboarding, cool, other things not cool.
For sure.
I do also just think there was a genuine fear, and it persists, that if I ski, I'll poke my eye out.
Totally understandable.
Which many of my friends who ski were like, bruh, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You'd hear about it so much more if it does.
Yeah.
But I'm still not convinced.
And that's perfectly fine.
Thanks.
Because, you know, we should at every twist and turn be wondering, am I going to poke my eye out? It seems actually kind of, well, you know what? No, I won't. I won't scare you with my theories of what could happen to you on a snowboard.
Well.
Anyway.
Okay.
You know what I think about the splitting of the mountain? Completely bogus.
Bogus.
The late 90s snowboarder slang. So sick. I loved it.
So good.
I loved it.
So good. But yeah, so like for those at home who have not seen Johnny Tsunami, which wild.
Why haven't you yet?
A big premise other than just the fact that like the public school kids snowboard and the private school kids ski seemingly exclusively in matching yellow jackets.
Absolutely.
Which I also just love that as
an
element, right? Yeah. Like they're one thing. They have no sense of like individual personality.
This is homogeneity.
Yes.
This is we are one thing.
Yes. Whereas like the snowboarders have like really awesome clothes.
Self-expressive.
Yes. Yeah. Like but beyond that, like the mountain itself is literally divided in 2. Where all of like the best runs are on the Sky skiing side. Yeah. And all of the worst ones are left for like the snowboarders to do. So like the mountain's literally divided. And it's like a turf war.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's this like true segregation of the mountain, which we learn later. We get a little bit of lore that there used to be one owner of the mountain and both sides were integrated between skiers and snowboarders, private school, public school, rich, poor. And then that person died, and his 2 sons, one of whom was a skier, one of whom is a snowboarder, which by the end of the movie, when they come together, it's awesome.
Yeah.
But they decided to split up the mountain. They said, I don't want anything to do with you.
Well, because their parents divorced as well.
Oh, their parents divorced. That's right. That's right.
So when they inherited it, they were like, boo, we picked sides long ago.
Yeah, exactly. So Johnny thinks like, that's totally bogus, dude, that the snowboarders get this shitty half of the mountain and the Skies get to do whatever they want. And so he says, you know what? I'm going to first become amazing at snowboarding.
Really good.
After taking some hard falls.
He's always tumbling. But he gets back up.
That's exactly what Grandpa Tsunami says, is that it's about getting back up.
Yeah. Yep. I was going to bring an anecdote from surf camp.
Please do. I know you've been dying to.
I've been dying to.
I know.
So at Queer Surf Camp,
Yeah.
which is just called that. I'm not calling it because it is a surf camp that's queer. Like, its name is literally Queer Surf Camp.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Shout out. I Googled it because I wanted to go to a queer surf camp.
And they said,
Here I
SEO,
am,
baby. We know exactly what you're looking for.
And they say that all of the campers are ocean bottoms because...
I also thought that that was like a thing that you made up.
Nope.
Wow.
It's a surf camp thing where you have to like essentially be bottom to the ocean.
Yeah, totally.
Because it's going to like toss you around.
Of course.
And you kind of just have to be like receptive to it, communicate with it, know your limits.
Yeah.
And a big part of that is getting back up.
Wow.
Trying again.
And that's how you make love to the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's beautiful.
And seemingly a mountain of snow as well.
And seemingly a mountain of snow as well.
Any large natural feature.
We're all nature bottoms, frankly.
We should be.
We should be.
Can't top nature.
No, you can't. And those who
try.
are trying to,
yeah,
we're watching you.
We're watching you.
We got our eyes on you.
Yeah. Another wild thing about the whole mountain dividing is that when Sam is regaling Johnny of this division, because Johnny's like, this is crazy. Like, what's going on?
Again, he comes in so naive, having this history of the ocean being a shared experience for everybody.
Yeah. He's like blown away that anyone, and everyone seems to be very set in their ways initially, right? Yeah. Like, Sam's like, like public school kids snowboard, private school kids ski. It's just the way it is. Emily says a very similar thing where she's like, Johnny, we ski.
We're skiers.
And he's like, okay.
Yeah.
But Sam's like explaining the origin, and he has this banger of a line where Sam's like, yeah, man, it's like any war. It's about land. And I was watching that yesterday and I was like,
whoa. I know.
Wild.
Incredible.
Wild.
Sam has seen the world, though.
I mean, he has.
He has seen the world. He knows. I mean,
he's a military kid, so he's like, I know a thing or two about war.
He knows about war. Incredible.
Yeah.
This kid's like 12.
Ugh.
And he knows everything there is to know.
Yeah.
About war.
Sam's awesome.
He's so cool.
He's so cool. Anyway,
I hope everyone gets a friend like Sam.
Like,
you know,
so incredible.
Yeah.
And that's why you should take public transit.
Period. Because you never know who you're going to meet.
Exactly.
You never know who you'll meet on the bus. Okay, there's this just stupid, annoying, punchable face kid named Brett.
Brett
is a guy. He is, Johnny's bully, basically. He's like, Johnny, you're a freak. You're from Hawaii. We hate you.
Yeah.
You snowboard like a poor person.
Yeah.
And when Grandpa Tsunami comes to Vermont and he is like, oh, you must be Brett. And he's like, how'd you know that? He's like, oh, lucky guess. He kind of like, has a little ha-ha. I like to think that he's never even heard of this kid before, but he sees him and says, you must be Brett.
Yeah.
Because honestly, taking a look at him, you go, okay, you must be Brett.
You must be Brett. There's no... Yeah, I love that too. I love that he's just like, you are... insert whitest kid name.
Yeah, totally.
You're Brett, right?
You're Brett.
Just like exudes that spiritual, like perfect naming of a character.
Absolutely perfect.
I like to think that they were like, we have a character name first, and then Brett was backwards. Created from that. Because like that is Brett.
Yeah, he's 100% Brett.
Yeah, and he's awful.
Oh my God.
He's awful.
Instead of thinking, oh my gosh, what a cool opportunity to get some fresh blood in here. Yeah. This private school, they've all been going to school together for years. They've probably been together since kindergarten. I would think that if I was a private school kid in Vermont and there's some new kid from Hawaii, I'd be like obsessed with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is the other thing that we have to suspend our disbelief because, or at least it maybe points us in the direction that like Brett is this is just racism.
That's true.
Because there is no world in which a kid moves from Hawaii, California, like the beach in the late 90s, early 2000s, where that is like
That's peak cool.
Peak cool. Everyone's trying to be surfer girl, surfer boy, puka shell necklace.
Yeah.
Going to Zoomies to buy their clothes, right?
Yeah.
Like, there is no world in which Johnny's not immediately the most popular kid in school.
Of course.
Which, like, would already just happen because he's so charismatic and, like, the new kid. Like, that's all you really need.
And a cutie pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, which, by the way, doesn't his face look like a younger version of some actor?
Yeah.
I was Googling all these actors' names, being like, is it him? Is it him? It's someone.
Yeah.
Couldn't figure it out.
The actor who played Johnny lives in Boulder now.
I know.
Have you seen his show? Have you been to his shows?
No.
He plays in a band.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know he lives here because I was telling someone that I was going to record this, and they were like, oh, yeah, he, like, comes into my restaurant all the time.
Way.
And I was like,
Tell
me everything. And they were just like, he's nice.
That's great.
That is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend BK, shout out, friend of the pod. He was telling me last year that that the guy who played Johnny Tsunami, I'm gonna look. What is his actual name? Brandon Baker. Yeah. Brandon Baker.
Brandon.
That he followed BK. He was like, oh, I love your comedy. And that he like plays in this cool band and all this stuff. He retired from acting and just sort of is like living a normal life. And I love that for him.
I do too.
Yeah.
That's actually great. I also love that he was like, I love the snow.
Me too.
I'm going to stay here.
You know what? I got a taste for snow and I love it.
Yeah. His life imitates art.
And I love when that happens. So basically, Johnny is caught in the middle of this, really complicated identity where he goes to this private school, but he's basically a scholarship kid because his dad is working at the school.
I was a scholarship kid.
And Ash was also a scholarship kid.
The connections.
I mean, look, I know how badly you want to be Johnny Tsunami. And I keep on wanting to be like, no, you're not really like Johnny. But like, every piece of information you share, it's like you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, as a kid, I was like, we're supposed to believe that he's half Japanese.
Right.
One, I think he's a fully Filipino child.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I remember being like, as a Mexican kid, being like, that's my cousin. Like... Come on.
Yeah, come on.
Which totally does track then that he's Filipino because like 99% of my cousins who look nothing like me look like they're Filipino.
Totally.
Classic.
Are they Filipino?
Classic Mexican Filipino conundrum.
Absolutely.
The people who know will know.
They will.
I mean, Spain colonized.
Yeah.
Both of us.
Period.
Shared language in some ways.
In many ways.
A lot of loanwords in Tagalog. Anyway.
That's so true.
But in the movie, he's half Japanese.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Sorry,
I
cut you off completely. I just was like, I gotta talk about how he's
not
at all.
Yeah, he's not at all Japanese. Kid. And you know what? Like, they made a great casting choice with him.
Like, obviously. He's not Japanese, but he is Johnny Tsunami.
Exactly. Exactly. And look, tsunamis take place all over the world.
True.
He could have been Filipino and still been Johnny Tsunami.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying tsunamis are not...
They don't only happen in...
They don't only happen in Japan.
No.
Japan can't claim tsunami as the last name of a surfer.
Exactly. They can't. They can't do it.
They can't do it. But like you said, Johnny Tsunami Sr., Grandpa Tsunami, he is all about like, willingness to serve the community. He's all about the brotherhood. He's all about the respect for nature. He's about legacy. He's about giving the opportunity for Johnny to one day have who he calls Pono, because that's what he said. He said, I wanted to name you Pono, but your dad wanted to name you Johnny.
Yeah.
Again, kind of a, I don't know necessarily if Johnny Tsunami Sr. was like a first generation immigrant to Hawaii. or not, but I felt like maybe it was sort of this like second generation kid thing to be like, well, I'm not naming my kid Pono, I'm naming him Johnny.
Yeah. Well, there's also just interesting stuff going on with Hawaiian identity anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Where it's like, who knows? We don't know because they didn't tell us.
Yeah.
And Disney Channel needs to tell us because they're not going to show us.
Because I was like, okay, could someone just tell me, is Grandpa Tsunami supposed to be Native Hawaiian?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think he's supposed to be Japanese.
Yeah.
But he's sort of treated as like, okay, he is Hawaii. No matter what, like the name Johnny Tsunami is synonymous with Hawaii.
Yeah, tsunami.
He is the Mahalo lifestyle.
Yes.
He is the aloha guy.
Yeah.
He is the surfer to the max.
100%.
Yeah. And he tells Johnny that he has this like medallion that he is going to give to like the most, I don't know, how does he describe it? He's basically just to like,
well, the best surfer in Hawaii gets the medal, which is why he has it.
Right.
And it's going to be like the family heirloom, I suppose. But his dad doesn't have it because famously his dad's a dud.
Yeah, totally. He's a freaking nerd.
Yeah. Especially when it comes to surfing.
Exactly.
But Johnny is in some ways kind of like the chosen one in that like he is going to be the spiritual like descendant of the greatness and the like all of those things that make up who Johnny Tsunami's grandpa is.
Right.
So it's going to be his medal. And it's going to stay in the family and be like passed down from generation to generation.
Once they've earned it.
Yeah. Which Johnny's on his way to earning it.
And he earns it by integrating the mountain. My God. So after, Johnny and Sam, they do run away to Hawaii.
Which briefly, we do have to discuss this. We can't glaze over the fact that they run away. We cannot glaze over
the fact that they do run away.
Yeah. Which I definitely remembered as being like a much bigger part of the movie.
Yeah.
But
they kind of skimmed over it. They were like, so they're in Hawaii now.
Yeah. So Johnny gets in trouble because of the ski accident that Emily gets in or some other thing that happens that gets blamed on him. Oh,
again.
There's like a fight.
Oh, yeah.
Brett punches Johnny or something, and so Johnny fights back like anyone should.
Yeah.
And Brett's like, Johnny started this fight with me. Johnny and Sam and all those urchins.
Yeah.
And so Johnny gets in trouble.
After he tried to take the fall for it because he was like trying to even do the right thing.
Yeah.
When it wasn't his fault.
No, it was Brett who like picked a fight with these kids because he
a literal bully.
Is a literal bully and a literal racist.
He is truly the worst kind of person.
Yeah. Like can't express enough the fact that Brett sucks and also that like all the kids except from Johnny at this school are like blonde hair, blue eye, white
kid. It is truly like the Aryan nation at this
literally. And then like
private school.
The urchins, like Sam's like this like cool black kid.
Yeah.
We've got Johnny kind of treading both.
Yeah, totally.
And like their other friends I think might also just be white. But we at least have the sense that the urchins are like not homogenous in that way.
Exactly. And they all have their own unique style. Totally. They all have their own way of expressing themselves. Yeah.
And so they get into this fight. Johnny gets in trouble for it. And then the same day, Sam tells him that he's moving away because he's a military kid.
Kind of the worst day possible.
Yeah. Johnny had the worst day ever.
Yeah.
And he was just trying to bring the urchins over to like maybe shred some whatever, gnar.
Yeah.
But they got in trouble and got punched. And so Johnny's like, I know exactly what I should do because the other day on the phone, my grandpa was like, you can stay with me anytime. And so as we talked about earlier, they hide on a military
They get on a military plane.
And they run away to Hawaii.
One-way trip to Hawaii.
And they leave these notes. Like Johnny's is on a laptop because he has a laptop because his dad's a nerd.
Totally.
And Sam's is written on like beautiful stationery.
Of course.
Because Sam's just awesome. I like to think it's his personal stationery.
Me too.
Because like he contains multitudes.
Yeah.
And the parents all get together and they're like, where are our kids? We have no idea. And then they get a call from the grandpa being like, oh yeah, the boys are here. And by the way, I'm not going to let them leave till they're ready.
Yeah.
Like, and the parents are just like, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah, that seemed crazy to me that they reacted so strongly to like, you shouldn't snowboard anymore, and like, you shouldn't get in fights in school. But then when it comes to running away to Hawaii, they're like, it's frustrating, but I guess we'll have to wait.
Yeah, because they're like, put them on a plane tonight. And the grandpa's just like, nah.
He's like, no, I'm going to wait till they're ready.
Yeah, they need to figure this out for themselves.
Yeah.
Which is wild. We do get a beautiful montage of like Johnny and his grandpa teaching Sam to surf.
So sweet.
Mastering the pop-up, etc.
Yeah. If you know, you know.
Yeah. And it is really sweet. And then they do fly back, all of them, grandpa included, to Vermont. Yeah. Which kind of leads us to the climax of the movie.
Yes.
Which brings the medallion of it all into it.
Right. So basically Johnny takes the experience that he's had in Hawaii where whoever like catches the first wave on a stretch of beach, like their crew gets to have the beach for that day. And he says, you know what, Brett, what if we race? Because I am a natural boarder. Yeah. I mastered this immediately. Well, okay, he has one day, like a couple days of falling down a lot, and then it's like all of a sudden he's like world class, which of course he is. He's Johnny Tsunami.
Yeah.
He
like
says,
doing
okay,
flips.
Oh my god, incredible.
Yeah.
So he says, all right, if I win, then everybody gets to ski and board everywhere.
Which I also love. He's not like, if I win, the urchins get this. He's like, if I win, we have to share.
Because guess what? Our liberation is all tied to one another.
Ooh, Johnny.
We are not free until all of us are free. And Johnny, 12-year-old on the mountain, knew that.
He knows it deep in his heart.
He knows intrinsically.
Ugh.
And so, and he says, and if you win, you get the medallion.
Which, like,
yeah.
And also the thing is about this whole thing is like when you're watching the movie, you're like, he's gonna lose the medallion if he loses to Brett. Like, you know now watching it, like, of course not. Yeah. But as a kid, you're like, those stakes are wild because that matters so much to your family, the medal.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, not to mention that like his grandpa is not just the best, most elite athlete in Hawaii. He's renowned for like saving people's lives. He like went and rescued some people on his surfboard. He's like, you know, more than just a skilled surfer. He does it all.
Yeah.
And so that medal, it represents, as we, as they explicitly tell us, more than just surfing. And God bless the Disney Channel for telling us exactly what we're seeing.
Yeah, again and again. This medal is a symbol.
This medal is a symbol.
Yeah.
Okay, and if Johnny doesn't get it, that's gonna be really bad.
And if Brett gets it, it'll like burn in his hand if he holds it.
I hope so.
You know,
like, I certainly hope so.
If it has to be this kind of like, it chooses you because you are worthy.
Of course.
Like, of course he's not going to win. But
yeah,
at the time, it's like.
At the time, you're like, oh my God.
You have to win to keep this in the family.
Yeah.
And you also have to win because Brett sucks so bad.
Yes.
And also, like, oh, it sucked to lose to Brett.
Oh my God. Can you imagine his smug little ass?
Forever.
Yeah.
He would, like, ride that well into his 40s.
Yes.
That's Brett. Brett did peak in middle school.
He did.
But he's rich.
So he'll bore people to death with the story and they'll have to listen because
he pays them.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's really cool that when Johnny comes into this, I mean, this whole private school ecosystem, he's like, as an outsider, I see that things don't have to be this way.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, oftentimes what you need is you need someone from the outside to say, okay, this status quo that you guys have, it's actually not working for anybody.
Yeah.
This is bogus, as he would say. And so he comes in and says, okay, well, if I win this race, then the status quo, gone.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be this way.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, he crosses that finish line And finally, his dad is like, okay, well, maybe my dad taught him something useful. We got to talk about the mom. The mom was very sympathetic.
She is a confusing character to me.
She is. I'm like, what do you see in your husband?
Well, for sure there's that.
Yeah.
Because she even says that. She's like, when Johnny's dad is getting really upset with Johnny about it all, she's like, where's that kid from insert name of beach that I fell in love with? So like at one point, he was more laid back.
Yeah.
He was like, I mean, there's no way that your dad can, again, be Johnny Tsunami grandpa.
Right, yeah.
And you don't have a little charisma and charm.
Obviously.
But that he, like, traded it in for this, like ideal American dream, suburban life, whatever.
Right.
So, like, she sees something. There was something in him.
There was something.
But she is a sympathetic character. She, one, likes the grandpa. Is like, whatever you guys have got going on shouldn't get in the way of my son having a relationship with his grandfather, which quite frankly is an awesome relationship.
Which quite frankly is very healthy.
Yeah.
And like
super supportive.
They're not like weirdly codependent.
No.
Like it's not like he has, I don't know, this like unhealthy attachment to his grandpa. It's perfectly like normal and healthy.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But then there's also times where she's like, which I guess she has to do because she's also Johnny's dad's wife and they're in love or whatever and they have a relationship. But like when Johnny's like, oh, you really think dad cares about me? Dad doesn't care about me.
Right. And I would say whenever he would be like, dad doesn't really care about me, I said, yep.
Yeah. And the mom was like, your dad's doing what he thinks is the best, which like is true, I guess. But I was also
it's
like,
through his own fucked up perspective of like, oh, well, I don't want to be like my dad.
Yeah.
It like has nothing to do with truly what he thinks is best for Johnny. It's like his own shit.
Totally. Which like I'm sure she also like meta, right, in the story knows, but she's also trying to communicate to her son. But like as a viewer, especially as a kid, I feel like it's like, I thought you were cool, Mom.
Yeah.
Like you see that dad is like not letting me be who I am.
Right.
And I'm calling him out and you're just trying to tell me.
Yeah, like, oh, well, he means well. No more defending men who just mean well.
Yeah. Also, like, I don't know. Maybe this is just me being like a headstrong kid that was like,
sure,
I'm going to fight you, adult.
Yeah.
But like Johnny was really just saying like, hey, I don't think dad gets me. And I think that is a problem. And his mom's kind of just like, nah, he's trying his best.
Right. Like,
don't you say that your dad doesn't love you. And he's like, well, I don't feel his love.
Yeah. Like, well, if he loved me, he would prove it.
Yeah.
You know, I really felt like the whole movie was summarized in when Johnny said, Mom, why does dad hate grandpa so much?
Yeah.
I said, God, someone finally said it.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, he doesn't hate grandpa. I said, okay, we need to stop defending him.
Like, he does.
Obviously he does. He's showing us that he does.
Yeah.
But eventually, I mean, look, because Johnny wins and because he has this, you know, impact on his community, and finally his dad sees him happy and he's resolved some of his stuff with his own dad, he's down to celebrate.
Yeah.
He finally is like, you know what, Johnny, all that other stuff that you did, the running away, the getting, you know, potentially getting expelled from school, we're gonna, you know, that's water under the bridge now.
Yeah.
We're going to move forward.
Yeah.
And I loved that.
I love it. Well, also when he's potentially getting expelled from school.
Yeah.
To just a little bit. The principal, which is also Emily, her dad.
Yeah.
Which there's some stuff there we don't get shown.
Yeah.
It just seems like they have a really bad relationship and she's like low-key afraid of him.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, too much for Disney Channel. They wrote themselves a story they could not.
That is so true. They wrote themselves a story that they could not dive into.
Yeah.
I want to see the HBO version, the miniseries of Johnny Tsunami.
Yeah. But like when he's maybe getting kicked out of school, before this kind of celebratory ending where like it seems like everything's going to be fine, the principal is kind of like, yeah, dude, well, you either have to decide to fit in here or leave because that's how the world works. Right. Which is also a wild thing to put in a kid's movie. It's true.
And that was so, my heart broke in that moment when he's like, that's what you have to do because that's how the world works. I was like, oh my God, that's actually like, that's how the entire system works, is that like school is just a model for what the rest of life is going to be like.
Yeah.
And so they teach kids either you have to assimilate or you're done.
Yeah.
Because that is how the world works. Like, that's the fucked up thing.
Totally. Which is also like, again, right? Like, even if Johnny was like, okay, fine, I'm gonna like be this perfect little like prep school boy.
Yeah.
Would he be?
No.
No.
He couldn't.
He couldn't because racism.
Yes. Because he will always be not white.
Yeah. Japanese. Filipino.
He will always be Filipino, Japanese, white. He will always be a mixed race child.
True.
And you know what? We're not specifying what race because
we can't.
But he will always be a mixed race kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which a lot of themes here. Once again, I think I'm just like blown away by the themes of the movie, particularly because like now, if this movie came out, people would be like woke agenda.
Yeah, totally. They'd say it's like, the woke agenda.
This is 1999, a blissful pre-2000
oh my
world,
gosh, yes.
Right? Where they're just like, no, this is a movie about equality, friendship, perseverance,
cool sick tricks,
yeah, awesome fits, just like fire fits, only on the snowboarders.
Yes, exactly.
But like, you know, it has so much to say, and I just think like if that movie came out today, literally people would be in an uproar about it because they'd be like, you're shoving this down our throats.
Totally. They'd be like, we understand what you're trying to say and we don't like it.
Yeah.
They'd say, what's your agenda, Mickey Mouse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd be like, this movie's anti-white.
Yeah.
Like it would
they'd say this is the worst thing to happen since that Black Little Mermaid.
Literally. It would be like uproarious, which I just thought was wild rewatching it and just being like,
totally.
This was just like on TV on Friday night.
This was just a normal
kids program.
Because it is just a normal story of like, you know, human perseverance. Yeah.
Yeah. Wild.
Yeah. The simplest stories, the ones that make the most sense, the ones that are timeless, are usually the ones that are met with the most resistance because we don't want to admit that the status quo is not working. We don't want to admit that, like, this is the way, like, that's the way things are. You know?
Yeah. So true.
So, frankly, thank goodness this was made in 1999 because...
And not a year or two later.
No. And especially not 2 years later.
Yeah. It could have passed for 1 year later.
Yeah.
2 years? No.
And honestly, they're really lucky that there wasn't like a tragic tsunami that year.
Oh my.
You know what I mean? Today you wouldn't be able to do that. They'd say, well, my culture is not your costume. My family died in a tsunami. Someone would write a think piece and they would say, that's triggering for me.
It would be on all angles.
Yeah.
Like, conservative people would be like, the woke mob.
Totally.
And then then other people would be like, well, actually, like it would not be able to be made, which is wild because it's just so good. It's
so good and it's so simple.
It's so simple. Like,
you know?
I think that's like the magic of Disney Channel original movies.
So true.
From like late 90s, early 2000s, is that all of them, quite frankly, did have an agenda.
Yeah.
And the agenda was like, what if we cared about each other?
Right.
And also they were like, this is a symbol. The medal stands for something.
Yeah.
This is about class division.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it because I'm going to say, this kid doesn't have money. Right. This kid does. And like all of that for a kid's movie is what you need. Like you do need to be told and handheld. But like they did. They were like, we want to teach you good, important things.
Totally. And look, we turned out great.
We turned out perfect with
Johnny
no faults.
Tsunami radicalized me.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I mean, low-key, probably.
Probably.
Yeah. Because how else do you explain it?
How else? There's not a single thing that could have made an impact on me like Johnny Tsunami.
Exactly.
So, you know what? Shout out to... I'm so sorry. I gotta look up his name again. Shout out to Brandon Baker.
Shout out.
You were a phenomenal actor as a kid, and I really hope that you're doing well.
Charismatic kid actor.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I would follow that kid anywhere, you know?
Me too. I followed him to Hawaii on a military plane.
Without a second thought.
Totally.
But that's because Sam's a real one.
Oh my God. The realest.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, Grandpa Tsunami was right when he said, like, you know, it'll be better for them to make the decision for themselves.
Yeah. Good parenting.
Hello.
Again, more points towards what is going on. But
truly.
Yes.
Well, we are rapidly running out of time.
I know.
And I hate that because we could be here all night.
Yeah.
But you know, we're creeping up on, frankly, the runtime of the movie.
I know. I was going to say we can talk about the movie longer than the movie.
We really could. But is there anything else just, you know, that you want to leave the listeners with? Any parting thoughts?
For a second, I was like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then I couldn't remember at all what I was going to say. Sure. I do think that I know Emily's character is there to be like one love interest.
Yeah.
Which you apparently need in every movie.
Apparently.
But also, like, I don't like her. And I would like to leave the viewers with that. Because
she was way better as Xenon Girl of the 21st Century.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's all.
Okay. Well, you know what? Johnny deserved better.
Yeah, I think that is it. Like, she was 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Totally. And Johnny, she never really was like, she was never really honest. She was always just kind of, waffling. And like, if you're not with us, you're against us.
Exactly. And like, I think if she was fully in, awesome. But she wasn't. And so I'm like, Johnny, baby Johnny.
Yeah. You
don't need to be trying to get this white girl to love you.
Totally. If she wanted to, she would.
If she wanted to, she would. And like, you're awesome.
Yeah.
Be single, Johnny. You're 12.
You're 12.
You're 12 and you're sick as hell.
Yeah.
And you don't need Emily.
All you need is Sam. But I did want them to kiss.
Oh.
There are a few different times where I said, now kiss. But we need stories of friendship just as much as we need stories of romance. Yeah. But if there was a pair that I wanted to kiss, it was Johnny and Sam. Obviously. Duh. Goes without saying. Listener, viewer, friends, mahalo. Thank you so much for listening and for watching and for following us on social media. Did That Age Well on Instagram, Did That Age Well Pod on TikTok, baby.
I love seeing you on my For You page.
That's so sweet.
Like, that's Molly.
Oh my God. And thank you for the follow. And thank you for engaging with all the content. But seriously, I would love to hear what all of you think about Johnny Tsunami. So
send this to him if you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And if you have a hot grandpa, tell him you're doing great. And if you are a parent, tell your kid that you're proud of them. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Aloha.